Yeah, the topic we have here is cut and fill in road construction. So basically, you usually hear we'll cut this one, so we used to fill this portion of the road, or we'll dig out some of the portion of the road, right? We'll dig out this portion. So we actually have cuts to fill, and we have cuts to spoil. So if the material that you are cutting is of the standard that is required for you to fill, so you can cut it and fill. That is, you cut it, you store it or keep it, then when you need the use for it, you just use it to fill. But if the material is loose and it's not good for you to use to fill the portion of your road, so you actually cut it and spoil it, you throw it away. So that is cut to spoil. So we have cut to fill and cut to spoil. So here we'll be taking a look at the cut to fill, so in construction, and the importance of cut and fill in construction. Cut and fill in road construction is an essential earthwork process where earth material is excavated from higher elevation. So when you're considering your cut, that means your elevation at that particular area is high. So you have maybe what you require is just maybe 3 meters, and you're having about 8 meters. So you are going to do a whole lot of cutting, which is about 5 meters depth of cutting. So, and used to build up lower areas. So when you cut from that particular area, you test the material to see if it reaches the standard that is required for you to fill. So if it is up to the standard required, you understand, you use it to build up the lower area, which is fill, to achieve the desired road profile, alignment and level. So it reduces construction cost, mainly stability, that is, maintain stability, and ensures safe, smooth and durable roadways. So the importance here is that it actually helps to reduce cost, because instead of you going to buy a whole lot of material to refill, sometimes the materials you get from your cutting alone will even help to fill a whole depth. You understand, some of the depths that you need to fill. So to achieve the desired road profile, then alignment and level. So it reduces construction costs, maintains stability, and ensures safety, safe, smooth and durable roadway. So we'll be taking a look at key reasons, you understand, why we do cut and fill in road construction. So because we actually need to look at, okay, these are the reasons why we do cut and fill, you understand, so that we'll have an in-depth knowledge of why we do cut and fill. So the first reason here is achieve design level. You understand, because there is a stipulated level for the design, so you actually need this cut and fill, you understand, to achieve design level. Then the second one is cost effective. Then third one is improve stability. Fourth one is enhances drainage, and the fifth one is saves time. So we'll be taking a look at each of them to buttress more on this point. So achieves design level. So cut and fill actually helps to obtain the required road gradient, alignment and level for smooth and safe travel. So it helps to obtain the required road gradient, then road alignment and level for smooth and safe travel. So the next point is cost effective. So cut and fill actually helps to reduce the need for borrowing material from outside source, saving costs. So instead of going out to get your material from other places, since you already have the material that you cut from a particular high elevation, so what you just need to do is to test the material if it requires the standard that you need. So if it's going to actually carry the load that is coming upon it. So if the material is satisfactory, you can actually make use of the material, thereby saving the cost of going to buy material or borrow material from other sites, right? So this is for the cost effectiveness of cut and fill. Then the next point is improves stability. So it actually ensures stable slopes, proper compaction, and better load bearing capacity. So load bearing capacity is very very essential. Then compaction on its own is also very very essential. So cut and fill actually helps to ensure stable slope. So you are going to have a stable slope and proper compaction and better load bearing capacity of the soil. So the next point here is enhances drainage. So proper shaping of cut and fill helps to control water, right, flow and prevent waterlogging. So if you properly do your cut and fill, right, so you actually take your time, you professionally actually do the cut and fill properly, you understand. So it's going to help you to control water flow on the road. Then it's also going to help you to prevent waterlogging, you understand. So because you actually did the right thing, so you're going to prevent waterlogging on the road, right? Then the next point here is saves time, because speeds up construction by optimizing the use of available earth material on site. As much as you have your material on site, so it actually helps to save the time of going out with your dump truck to go and get material outside before driving in to the site and be dumping, you understand. But since you already have your materials on the site, the one you cut, you understand, you can just make use of that and fill. That is if the material is satisfactory, if it actually passed the standard that is required for the road construction. So we'll be taking a look at the application and uses. So where do we use cut and fill? Where, and where is it applicable? So cut and fill is actually used on hill road construction. So when you're constructing on a slopy area, like you have the hill and the valley. So the hillside is where you tend to cut, right? When you're constructing a road on the hill, so that hill portion, you're going to be cutting it to fill the slopy portion. Then we have highway and expressway project. So for your highway and expressway project, you also make use of your cut and fill. Then we have rural and village road development. So for rural and village road development and some portion along the road, you're going to be needing to do your cut and fill. Then for your urban road widening project, some roads were already constructed, and you have some hills within the road that is besides the road. So if you want to actually do the widening of the road, you need to start doing some cutting of that existing topography, so that you can use it to fill the other area. So for rail track formation, construction of your rail track, you also tend to need to do your cut and fill. Then airport runway and taxiway formation, you also need your cut and fill. Then earth filling and embankment and approaches, so you also need your cut and fill. So we'll be taking a look at typical cut and fill road section. So this is a pictogram that depicts, gives us all the information about cut and fill. So you can see from your left hand side, we have the cut slope, which is excavated portion to achieve the required level. So this is the portion that is being excavated to achieve this level of the carriageway. Then we have the carriageway, that is the paved surface for safe and smooth traffic movement. Then we have the fill slope. You can see the fill slope, right? Filled and compacted material to raise the road to the level. So this portion was actually filled to actually raise the road to the required level. Then we have our subgrade, that is the natural ground prepared to support the road structure. The whole concept is on this grade, which is your natural ground level. You only dress the surface, prepare the surface to be able to carry the load coming on the surface. Then we have the sub base, right, which provides the additional strength and act as a working platform, right, for the subgrade. Then we now have the sub base, which distributes loads and provides structural support for the sub base. Then we now have the surface core, which is the top layer that ensures smoothness, durability, and resist skidding, right. Then we now have the side drain. These side drains are very, very important because they dispose of surface water away from the road, making the road always dry and neat, right. So all this gives a typical outlook of how your cut and fill should be done.